Elande with ball in hand, their first line-out opportunity. They'll be looking for great execution here. Holding on to the ball there. Almost a few mistakes, but we've got somewhat of a rolling ball, pushing the Soweto Eagles defense back.
Elande forwards there, as we can see, they're obviously gaining momentum there. They're building pressure around the ruck with their forwards, big forwards, like going at the Soweto team.
Elande still with ball in hand. Penalty going the way of the Elande. Such a crucial area within the game.
Definitely, there's the one thing in this game, obviously, it's going to cost the Soweto side is obviously their discipline. As we see, the Elande have the upper hand at the moment at scrum time, obviously, also with the big forwards running the ball onto the Soweto forwards. You can see there's a big difference in between the size and the packs of these forwards.
You talk about size, Elande looking to muscle their way through as they get their first try of the game. You called it, Lionel.
First try of the game going to Alberton. Big prop from Alberton scoring their first try of the game. Obviously, the Elande team came here to play today. Obviously, they want to put as much as possible points on the board and obviously create daylight on the scoreboard. And obviously, that's going to allow them to be able to play freely throughout this game.
Most certainly. Physicality being the name of the day. Pardon me, the name of the game for the Elande. Using their big lads to push the Soweto Eagles out the way. They fly off, looking to add 2 more points to their tally. Taking his time.
It's going to be a long day for the Soweto Eagles team if they don't step up, especially in the fence area, Aaron. I noticed, obviously, they're just standing back and letting Elande run onto them. And as a team, you do not want to do that. You obviously want to put in some big hits, you know, stop the team on the gain line. But at the moment, they're not doing any of that.
Most certainly. We are 4 minutes into this encounter. The Alberton Elande, they lead this one with 5 points to 0. The Soweto Eagles having a massive task on their hands this afternoon. As we see the restart here by the Eagles.
Unfortunately, mistake there. I don't know why the Elande chose to not catch the ball out of the air there. Now they're under pressure, and obviously Soweto has the ball. Try time straight from the kickoff there. Costly mistake for the Elande there.
We spoke about it. We said the Soweto Eagles will have to fight back. That's exactly what they did. Immediately after the Elande scored their try, they said, nah, we're not going to let them run away with the game. We're going to score a try of our own.
They definitely are not standing back there, Aaron. As we see the mistake there that the Alberton team made is obviously letting the ball bounce. And obviously after you score points, you do not want to obviously give the ball away too easily there. As we see the Soweto team with the kickoff, and they obviously get at the ball and scored from there. And what great, obviously, urgency to get to the ball there by the Soweto team.
Interesting kick there by the Soweto Eagles, choosing not to use the kicking tee. Unfortunately, that plan not going according to plan. They find themselves on 5 points after 6 minutes. It's 5 points all. Quite an interesting encounter in terms of the first 6 minutes, Lionel.
Definitely, obviously, a 5-5. Evenly matched, so to say, on the scoreboard they're evenly matched, but obviously when you look at the pitch, obviously Alberton has the upper hand in terms of the size, obviously, and how they play. But the Soweto team obviously came here to play, and they want to win this game, and you can see their intent is clear.
Restart here by the Elande. Great take there by the Eagles, 6th man. Being patient at ruck time. Spreading the ball, great offload. Soweto Eagles gaining a few meters.
Opting to kick a cross kick there from the Soweto side. Elande with a gather.
Hey, quick feet here by the Elande. Ref calling them back.
Offside is the call there. Another mistake there by the Alberton team. Easy exit here, obviously, for the Sowetan team.
You spoke about it earlier, and we mentioned it. It seems that the Alberton team have somewhat of an advantage, and making mistakes is not helping their cause. It is the Elande with ball in hand. Their sixth man muscling his way through.
Getting great go forward there.
Elande securing the penalty.
As this first couple of minutes go, Aaron, obviously discipline is going to be the name of the game here. Obviously we've seen penalties and free kicks from both sides. The players obviously just going to have to clean up the act if they obviously want the game to flow.
Most certainly. Of course, this is an under-19s game. The one thing that I love about the younger lads is they always want to run the ball. So it should be an exciting game. But of course, with all of that excitement, one should also have the maturity to be calm, to be patient, to make the right decisions at the right time.
Over eagerness. As we see with the Elande with the throw-in at the line-out time. Again, awesome attacking opportunity here, and it'll be interesting to see what this Elande team is going to do.
Their second line-out of the game. They've used that first one quite effectively. Their hooker with ball in hand. Poorly executed line-out by the Elande. They gather the scraps though. They've still got ball in hand.
Advantage Elande. The ball is in there in the scrap, and the Sowetan team want to keep the ball up. Unfortunately, knock on there at line-out time from the Sowetan team. Soweto Eagles versus the Elande Alberton Rugby Club. Great afternoon of rugby. Come through, come support.
It's quite an exciting one. We're about to see the second scrum of this game. The first one going the way of the Soweto Eagles due to mistakes by the Elande. Of course, they're much bigger, so you're expecting them to dominate at scrum time. Their coach will be screaming from the sidelines that they have to minimize the mistakes.
It's a bit of a scrappy affair this afternoon here. Ball not going to hand, knock on here and there. Pass is not going to hand.
Elande fly half with ball in hand, using his quick feet, stepping his way through this Eagles defense. Elande, they spread the ball.
Intercept there by Soweto. Unfortunate knock on there. Almost straight through.
The ball not going to hand. You could see his eyes light up looking at that try line. Quite a scrappy affair this afternoon. Boys getting a little bit physical. Manne groet mekaar, soos hulle sê.
Goeiemôre, goeiemiddag, goeie aand.
Of course, we always like to remind them that this is an opportunity for you to show off your rugby skills, not your boxing skills. But it's always exciting to see the passion in their eyes, looking to win the ball by any means necessary. Just discipline being an important part to remind them of.
Elande would definitely feel that they have the upper hand here, obviously, in this arm wrestle. Obviously, costly little mistakes, obviously, that cost the game, and obviously how they want to play the game at the moment. But everybody on both sides look ready, like up and running and ready to run the ball.
Certainly. Third scrum of the game, Elande. Great scrum.
Penalty going there for Alberton Rugby Club. Good opportunity for the fly-off to obviously put them in Soweto Eagles 22 area.
The one thing that I love about when a forward pack is excited is you can just see them buzzing. And once they get that confidence, you know that your forwards are confident within every scrum. You know that your backline players just have that flair, they have that energy as well. And so early on in this encounter, just 11 minutes in, when your boys are smiling from ear to ear, you know that it's going to be a good afternoon for the boys.
No, definitely, Aaron. As we see another good attacking opportunity for the Alberton team. Obviously, the backline obviously want clean ball from the forwards to put their wingers out wide. Obviously, the wingers haven't got the ball yet, but they're obviously excited to get the game going.
Great line out here by the Elande. Looking to run the ball. They spread the ball to their fly half. Pushing men aside here.
Another costly error there by the Alberton side. Unfortunately, a knock on there, a let off there for them, obviously for the Sowetan team.
One area of concern for the Soweto Eagles will be the fact that I would say at least the last 8 minutes in this encounter have been played deep within their territory. Defensively, they're not looking that strong, but it's mistakes from the Elande that is just allowing them to not see that scoreboard tick further and further on for the Alberton Elande.
Definitely a little mistakes costing them, obviously. They get into the Sowetan half, and obviously they can't convert, and obviously that's hampering obviously how they want to play the game at the moment. But the Sowetan team obviously would be smiling at this point and say thank you for the ball, give it back to us.
Exactly, they've got ball in hand. We have seen a scrum early on in this encounter, the same position. Big opportunity here for the Soweto Eagles.
It'll be interesting to see what they're going to do with this ball here, Aaron. Obviously, we know they're obviously also the team that likes to run the ball, likes to throw the ball around. But in order to do that, obviously, you have to pass the ball to hand, and that's what none of the teams are doing at the moment.
Soweto Eagles with ball in hand. Yo, you can just see that muscle all the way from the Elande. But the penalty goes the way of the Soweto Eagles. Quick tap and run here. Gaining a few meters are the Eagles.
Quick play again there from the Sowetan team. Unfortunately, the touchline being the tackler there. Alberton can say thank you there for the touchline.
We call it the 16th man. Sometimes in defense you need that 16th man just to help you out. You know, you can just push the player into touch knowing that you can breathe a sigh of relief a little bit. But of course another line-out opportunity here for the Elande. They hooker with ball in hand. Great execution of the lineouts. They spread that ball, fly half with ball in hand. Elande running straight into contact. There's
midfield set up there, obviously going wide there by Alberton, looking to play this ball out of their own half here. Unfortunately, another mistake there from the Alberton team. Knock on there. Another opportunity now there for the Sowetan Eagles team to play this ball out wide. As you see, Aaron, the first couple of minutes of this game, just this little mistakes that's creeping in. Obviously, that both teams, they can't actually play how they want to play because there's a knock on or there's a penalty or there's some mistake in the game.
In terms of just rhythm of the game, you know, so often just when things are going your way, it just feels a lot easier. And it almost feels like the first 15 minutes of this encounter has been very stop-start. It's almost like they can't get going.
None of them at the moment can get going, obviously, because they can't play, because they can't keep the ball in hand at the moment. I think they should just obviously focus and reset and refocus and try to keep the ball in hand, try to catch, try to pass, try to run straight. But at the moment that's not happening, and you see that's costing both of these teams at the moment.
Most certainly.
The intent is there for them wanting to play the game, but at the moment they can't.
100%. 15 minutes into this encounter, both these sides sitting on 5 points each. Another scrum opportunity here. Looking at that previous scrum, Alberton completely out-muscling these Soweto Eagles. When you find yourself in a situation like this, Lionel, what can one do? Feed the scrum quickly, spread the ball quickly, because there isn't much in terms of physicality. I mean, the Elande lads are much bigger than the Soweto Eagles.
Definitely take a channel 1 ball, as we call it. Obviously, it's quick ball in and out. Not give the Elande that opportunity, obviously, to push through. But the Elande also have to be careful at scrum time not to walk through or walk around, so they can get penalized easily.
100%. Elande securing the penalty. Should be seeing more of the same here. They fly half with ball in hand, looking to gain a few meters for his team. He's been quite a busy lad this afternoon. So vital to this Elande side.
Definitely kicking and running. Obviously, I feel obviously he can release the ball a little bit more earlier on attack, where you can see his exciting big backs on the outside. He must just get the ball to the outside backs.
Most certainly. Play with your teammates. Spread the ball.
Play to play again, definitely.
Line out opportunity here for the Elande. Poorly executed line out. Soweto Eagles, they pick up the scraps.
The Sowetan team not standing back here this afternoon, obviously. When they get their ball, obviously, they also get good meters, especially on attack.
They still have ball in hand.
Good carry there in the midfield by the Sowetans.
Trying to muscle their way through, unfortunately conceding the penalty. Big tap and run by the Elande.
One wonders, obviously, they wouldn't take the kick and kick for the line. Obviously, we see the intent here, wanting to play the ball quick, wanting to quick tap and wanting to play. But again, like I said, is being able to keep the ball in hand is being able to play rugby. At the moment, they are not doing that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, kick not going out there again, of course, the mistake.
Oh,
good tackle there by the Alberton team.
Big hits there on the Soweto Eagles player.
Great steal there from Alberton. Alberton deep in the 22 of the Sowetan team. Looking to play this ball out wide. Hands is the call, going out wide.
Elande looking to spread the ball. Almost dropping the ball there was the Elande.
Good continuity, as you see.
Elande still with ball in hand. Soweto Eagles, they were looking for the turnover. We mentioned it earlier. You can see the excitement in these lads' eyes. Getting a little bit too excited there. Ref having to call them back.
I think both teams are should just calm down, get their focus back, because at the moment it's all over the place at the moment. We see obviously Scrappy at ruck time, obviously knock-ons here and there. Silly mistakes creeping into the game.
Most certainly.
I think that obviously their coach would obviously want to tell them in the halftime, listen here, calm down. When we have the ball, let's keep our ball. Obviously, let's make sure we pass the ball into each other's hands, and obviously carry hard and clean up our ruck situation.
Basics. Such an important part of the game, but often when the lads get too excited, those basics fly out the window.
Definitely.
And that's what's important during these encounters. Scrum opportunity here for the Elande. They secure this the ball, tap and run.
Again,
Elande pushing their way through.
One-off runners, as we see from the Elande. Obviously, there we have the ref obviously pushing the Sowetan team back because they're not 10 meters. Obviously, that's worked out well there for the Elande with the quick tap and goes, and the Sowetan team not retreating back in time.
Well, certainly, they fly half, finding touch. We should be seeing more of the same. Same position as that first try by the Alberton Elande. Line outs, rolling maul, pushing their way through with their big men.
You can definitely expect a rolling maul coming here. Again, this is where the game has been played in the last, in the first 20 minutes in the Sowetan team's half. But again, Alberton couldn't deliver obviously on the set pieces. As we see again, of course,
wasted opportunity by the Elande. Eagles with ball in hand. Referee getting in the way there for a second.
Stop, start, Scrappy is what we call it, and that's been the first 20 minutes of this game, where I feel obviously this Elande team could have been up by 15 points by this time. But unfortunately, errors costing them the game, not throwing straight at line out. Obviously at scrum time, being the bigger pack.
These are the moments that the Elande coach will be looking to adjust and fix. You can't be leaving 10 points out on the park. When the game ends and you lose by a single point, that's when it hurts even more. So the lads will have to focus on these moments.
10 to 15 points, 10 to 15, maybe 10 to 15 to 20 points out there for this Elande team. As we see again, a mistake there from their number 10. Ball not going to hand, knock on there, easy exit there for the Sowetan team.
One has to admit that even though the Elande have been playing most of the last 22 minutes within the territory of the Soweto outfit, Soweto hasn't stood back. Every single time they've looked for their opportunities, tried to push back, but still they find themselves deep within their own territory. And an easy exit could be an easy option for them.
No, definitely Aaron, I think this Alberton team obviously would want to obviously take a deep look at themselves, obviously, at how they want to play this game. At the moment, they're obviously just giving the ball away to the Sowetan team. And like I said earlier, they get there, they get into the Soweto 22 and they're not converting. Soweto team is just going to say, thank you for the ball, and now it's time for us to play. And obviously we know what they want to do. They want to throw the ball around because they look like they've got a lot of speedsters on the outside.
Most certainly. Stoppage in terms of injury at this point in time. The player is on his feet. Looks like he's ready to go. Just a little bit of ice. Looks good. Shakes it off.
Ready to go. I think they brought the ice spray out. The magic spray.
Ice, baby.
The magic spray, they call it. At the moment, this Sowetan team has been keeping in the game by the Alberton team. Alberton team obviously has the upper hand in terms of physicality.
Of course, it is a fantastic afternoon right here at the Alberton Rugby Club. Scrum opportunity here for the Soweto Eagles. They'll be looking for a quick feed yet again. The physicality of the Elande completely out-muscling the Eagles. Elande with ball in hand. Eagles looking to turn over the ball. Elande taking their time. They fly half, spreads the ball.
Unfortunately, another knock on there by this Alberton team. Having the upper hand, not being able to convert, that's the name of the game here this afternoon at the Alberton Rugby Club.
24 minutes into this encounter, Alberton Elande taking on the Soweto Eagles. I don't know if it's just me, Lionel, but I feel like this game is a game of mistakes. The question will be which team made the least mistakes, and that's the team that will win the game. But at this point in time, the Elande seem to be making the most mistakes.
Definitely, I think their coaches won't be happy with them after seeing obviously how this first half is going so far.
We spoke about discipline being a big part of the game. We are seeing the ref just calling the two captains closer, emphasizing the importance of discipline, as we have seen quite a scrappy affair in the last 25 minutes.
As we see there again, another opportunity for the fly-off of Alberton to put the ball in the corner there, put up the rolling maul there for the Elande.
Great touch finder there by the fly half.
Hopefully we'll see a score now.
This is the opportunity. But again, you've mentioned it so many times throughout the last 25 minutes. Basics, basics, basics. I mean, just finding your man, finding your jumper, execution of the rolling maul. You know that you've got the physicality. And it should be try time.
It should be, Aaron. It should be try time for this Elande team here this afternoon. Unfortunately, another skew throw there at line-out time by the Alberton team. They'll be kicking themselves because they have had the opportunities. They are in the Sowetan team's half, but they're not converting.
You've said unfortunately so many times. I'm getting a little bit concerned here, Lionel. It's quite a tough afternoon here for the Elande because they're making the same mistakes. It's the third mistake that they've made in the very same area. And the confusing part is their first try was scored from the same position. So one would expect you to execute, but it seems that mistakes just dominating the game for this Elande outfit. But the Soweto Eagles, they can breathe a sigh of relief.
No, definitely. They have been let off the hook here by this Alberton team. They've been kept in the game by this Alberton team. Obviously, we know how dangerous they can be with ball in hand. As we see, they're taking the ball out in the back line, running, taking the ball up in the middle, passing the ball up wide again, making meters out wide, offload there.
Soweto Eagles looking to run the ball out of their territory, gaining about 10 meters. Penalty going the way of the Elande. Yet again, costly mistake, choosing to run the ball so deep within your territory. One would say go for the easy exit, kick the ball into touch.
Yeah, but I could think what they obviously thinking to themselves. They haven't had a lot of ball in this game so far, so they obviously want to run this ball out of their half, but obviously that's costly. Because at ruck time, they're not secure at ruck time. Obviously, they're not over the ball. They don't protect the ball. As you see there was a knock on there in the ruck. And unfortunately for them, they obviously turned the ball over.
Scrum time. Elande with ball in hand. Elande supporters, they must be scratching their heads a little bit, becoming a little bit frustrated with all the wasted opportunities. Another big opportunity here for the Elande, spreading the ball to their fly half.
Again, intercept pass there by their fly half.
Intercepted.
Soweto has the ball now, looking obviously to play this ball here. Looking to play it up the middle again as the Sowetan team, making little small meters in the midfield there. Nothing to write home about. As we see, they're going to obviously want to pass the ball out of their own half, run the ball out of their own half. Again, another mistake there by the Sowetan team. Offside being called there.
Another costly mistake. Of course, we are at the Alberton Rugby Stadium. It is the Golden Lions Rugby Union President's Cup. One of the cool things about this tournament is the fact that it dates back to 1889, Lionel. And it shows the importance of club rugby in this country. Such an important part in terms of feeding provincial structures, feeding professional structures, and then ultimately feeding the Springboks, of course.
Oh, definitely a rich rugby history, obviously, as we know. South Africa obviously being a world powerhouse, having the most rugby players, obviously, as we see our Springboks as well, obviously world champions. So yeah, this is a breeding ground for Springboks and rugby players to the world.
Most certainly. Soweto Eagles with ball in hand, line out time. Scrappy line outs. Elande being pushed back. The Eagles not shying away from the physical contest. Elande fly half, pushing men aside.
You would thought he'd want to move the ball, obviously there. They had the numbers out wide. Want to move the ball out wide for his speedsters to run on the ball. At the moment, is you run, I run, you run, I run. I have a chance, you have a chance at the moment. And there's no continuity.
As you said that, he chooses to spread the ball to the right-hand side.
Definitely heard me, Aaron.
He definitely heard you there. For a second, they got concerned. You might be calling him selfish. He chose to pass there. Oh, big hit from the Eagles on the Elande. Elande taking their time, using their big men, big hits, forcing their way through. Elande securing the penalty.
Ref blown, Soweto team there for high tackle. Great opportunity for the Elande team to get deep into the 22 of the Sowetan team. And again, another opportunity to score a try.
Surprising thing about the last 30 minutes of this encounter is the fact that the scoreboard still says 5-5. We've seen so many mistakes, so many moments, glimpses of action, but we haven't seen a lot of points being scored. As we see the Elande gaining tons of meters here.
Gaining meters, obviously, but one-off runners, Aaron, obviously. They're not playing as a team at the moment. Now we're seeing, again, another costly mistake, and Soweto pounds on that mistake, kicking the ball through. Another opportunity there for Sowetan team, and a score! All the way, opportunity taken there by the Sowetan team. Off a mistake of this Alberton team. The number 9 there from the Sowetan team, taking that opportunity to run all the way to score.
You can't give a scrummy the opportunity to have so much space in front of him, and that's exactly what the scrummy did from the Soweto Eagles. Finding a gap, fast running rugby, you spoke about it, but again it shows that dominating the physical battle doesn't even always mean that you're going to win the game, and the Soweto Eagles using their opportunities here.
Definitely, Aaron, you can be how big, obviously you can dominate the contact situation. But if you can't catch the ball, you're not going anywhere. At the moment, costing this Alberton team obviously is their ability to be able to catch the ball, and obviously keep the ball in contact. And you see there, the Soweto team obviously pounced on that costly mistake there, knock on from them, and the nippy number 9 kicked the ball through to go score there for a 50-meter try.
Absolutely fantastic. We spoke about the importance of club rugby earlier, and you mentioned just the fact that club rugby is the breathing ground of South African rugby. You look at all the provincial structures, all the professional structures, and up until the Springboks. One interesting fact to note is the fact that we have 1,526 registered rugby clubs in this country. And of course, you talk about the breeding ground for talent, and that's exactly where talent is discovered.
Definitely, Aaron, there's big rugby players there. All these clubs players obviously wanting to go through and play professional, and one day has the aspirations to play Springbok. That's a lot of rugby players. Obviously, not everybody can make it, unfortunately, but there's a rich history of club rugby where everybody obviously wants to show their worth, come out and wants to play for a big union, wants to play for the Springboks.
Most certainly, we talk about the number of players. Quite an interesting stat that has been brought to my attention is the fact that the total number of registered players across all clubs in South Africa is 651,146, and that's a lot of youngsters that love the game and of course that hope to someday play for the Springboks. But my thing so often when we talk about the Springbok conversation is that the truth of the matter is that not everyone is going to become a Springbok, but what's important is that you live the values of the game and you enjoy playing rugby even if you don't reach the professional ranks, Lionel.
Definitely, you have to aspire to obviously to play at a higher level, and I know a lot of these young boys and young men obviously aspire to play for the union and obviously for the country one day. So they have aspirations to play big rugby. Obviously, they have a goal they set up there for them, and they every morning they get up, obviously, and every weekend they go out and play. Obviously, they want to be seen and they want to obviously go and play for higher honors. Unfortunately, not everybody can make it as a Springbok. That's why we see also a lot of rugby players going out of the country looking for opportunity elsewhere.
Most certainly. Not everyone can be a Springbok, but you can most certainly be a hero in your community. And that's what we love about club rugby in South Africa. In terms of the game that we are watching on our screens at the moment, it is the Alberton Elande, the under-19 team, taking on the Soweto Eagles. At half-time, surprisingly, it is the Soweto Eagles that lead with 12 points to 5 points. Your analysis of this first half: yes, the Elande had so much in terms of ball position, but the Soweto Eagles using the opportunities when it counted the most.
Yeah, Aaron, as you see there, Elande at the moment are their own worst enemy. Obviously, they have the possession, obviously they have the territory, but they just can't convert. They just can't catch the ball. It's scrappy at ruck time. The discipline is costing them, and as you see there, you give this Sowetan team just an inch, just a snuff, and they'll take that. As we've obviously seen them obviously take the opportunity there, getting the ball in hands with their speeds to number 9, kicking the ball through and scoring under the posts.
Most certainly. When you look at this Elande outfit, of course, we are seeing the huddle from the Elande outfit. What exactly do you think their coach is advising them to do differently in the second half? Of course, lineouts, so many lineout opportunities being wasted. And also, so often at scrum time, yes, they have the physicality, but they're not always capitalizing on the scrums that are on offer.
At the moment, yeah, they're just playing like a bunch of individuals that are out there. They're not playing as a team. I think their coach obviously will be telling them, listen, yeah, we have the upper hand. We obviously know what we can do. But at the moment, our lineouts obviously is costing us as well. I would obviously say to them, listen here, why don't you take the easy ball, take the front ball, obviously keep the ball in hand, build momentum, build the pressure with your big forwards, obviously, and also catch pass. At the moment, it doesn't look like this team are able to catch past the ball, and you can be the biggest team, you can have that physicality, but if you can't hang on to your ball, you are going to make mistakes, and the other team will pounce on that mistakes, and obviously, and they will punish you like we see there this Sowetan team is doing here this afternoon.
Most certainly. Build the phases. That's what I'm hearing you say, because if you're not building phases, you're not getting that continuity, which is so important. Let's shift over to the Soweto Eagles outfit. They're a team that is quite smaller, a lot smaller than the Elande outfit in terms of just their gameplay and how they can strategically almost outsmart this Elande outfit. How can they use their quick players? They've done it twice already in this encounter, scoring 2 quick tries. How can they continue to do that in the second half?
For them, obviously, to stay in the game is just to man up. Obviously, they are not the biggest in this game. Yeah, they just have to. I like what they have. They have like they don't stand back. That attitude that they have, I love their attitude, especially on the fence. You know, if I was the coach now, I would tell them, listen here, just stick to your systems. You have to go up, go fetch the Elande team on the advantage line. Do not wait for them to run onto you. Go fetch them there. Obviously, make your tackles. At the moment, they're standing up to this team, and like I said, the Elande team is keeping them in the game by making those costly mistakes. For the Sowetan team, obviously, I just say to them, they just have to keep doing what they've been doing, because obviously they are one-off carries. They have to fix that. Obviously at ruck time is also costing them a little bit at ruck time, and obviously some mistakes as well. But they have been kept in this game by this Alberton team.
Most certainly, so much to play for right here at the Alberton Rugby Stadium. It is half-time between the Elande and the Eagles. 12 points to the Eagles. Surprisingly, the Elande find themselves just on 5 points. Of course, in terms of the bigger picture, when you look at the log position of these two teams, the Elande are at the top of the standings. The Eagles, they find themselves in 4th. How vital will a victory this afternoon be, just to build some confidence for this Eagles outfit and just to move them up on the table?
No, it's going to be vital for them. Obviously, they play on top of the log team. I mean, who doesn't want to beat the top of the log team, you know? I think many people obviously have written them off for this game, winning this game. And I think at this moment they are starting to believe that they can win this game, obviously, if they play off the Elande's mistakes. Because at the moment, like I said, like I kept saying the whole time, this Elande team, they are throwing this game away because they are making too many mistakes at the moment in the Soweto team's half.
Most certainly, so much to play for. The second 40 minutes.
Hopefully this Alberton team can obviously clean up the act, you know, clean up their lineouts, you know, clean up their carry situation, their ruck situation. At the moment, everything is a problem for them. So once they get that right, they will be able to play rugby. At the moment, they won't be able to play rugby if they get that right.
Most certainly, so much to play for. As we see the second 40 minutes about to start, the second half. Soweto Eagles, they're smiling from ear to ear. They lead this encounter by 2 tries. They have 12 points on the scoreboard. Alberton, Elande, they find themselves on 5 points. Everything to play for in the second half.
Definitely 12-5 up here. So almost I would like to say to this Sowetan team, listen here, as we've seen the Elande making the mistakes that they have made, obviously not being able to keep the ball in hand, do not play in our own half. Rather kick the ball downfield. Let them make the mistakes again, because we see how we're getting our points. We bounce off their mistakes. So if that's the game plan that the coach have told them, and that's obviously with the winning formula for them this afternoon.
Elande struggling to gather that ball. Picking up the scraps there.
Forward pass there from the Alberton team. Again, another mistake there. Again,
is it going to be another unfortunately?
Probably, unfortunately. Probably the first time, obviously, that the Sowetan team obviously has been there in the other Alberton's territory. Obviously, with the scrum here, they'll be looking to play this ball out wide to their speedsters.
Big opportunity here for the Eagles. Quick feed by their scrummy. Spread that ball. Run it the way that they've had in the first half. They choose just that.
They are full of running. Big hit there by the Alberton team.
Elande pushing back. Reminding them who's playing at home.
Costly mistakes.
Tap and run here by the Eagles. They're 15. Using his quick feet. Spreading the ball to their winger. Yet again, we called it. You can't give them an opportunity. Yes, they might not be as physical, but you can't give them a gap. Soweto scoring their 3rd try of the game, moving their tally up to 17 points.
They might not be as physical, but they have the feet and the speed to get around you. And that's what they are capable of, as we've seen there. Obviously, their number 11 scoring the try there out wide.
Elande, they'll be getting a little bit concerned. Heading into this one, they were deemed the favorites. Looking at the scoreboard and looking at what we've seen in the last, let's say, 36 minutes of this encounter, very, very concerning.
Very concerning indeed. Obviously, they want to convert from this kickoff now. Obviously, get a kickoff, keep the Sowetan team in their own half, and then hopefully they can get a turnover and then they can play again, because they don't want to find themselves chasing the game late at the later stage in this game. It's still early days, still a lot of time on the clock left for them to actually get it back into this game.
Soweto Eagles, unfortunately, not adding the conversion there to their tally. But after 37 minutes, Soweto Eagles lead by 17 points. Alberton Elande, they find themselves on 5 points. Elande will have to shake off the mistakes that they've made in this encounter. Look to refocus. Approach this game maybe as though it's 0-0. Not feel the pressure of the scoreboard. Reset, refocus. Focus on those basics. They fly half with ball in hand. Such a pivotal part of this team. And he'll have to start making the right decisions this afternoon.
Good gather there by the Sowetan team in their own half. Scrappy at ruck time, going off feet and going from the side at the ruck time there. Penalties, discipline costing the Elande at the moment. And the Sowetan team looks ready to pounce as they go up onto the halfway line. Good carry there by the Sowetan team. Looking to play this ball out wide again here.
Soweto Eagles spreading that ball.
Great kick there from the Sowetan number 10. Good pressure there also with the Elande. Knock on there by the Elande.
The second half has come alive.
I wonder what this Soweto Eagles coach said to them at halftime, because at the moment they are looking on fire.
Maybe one could argue that they were just warming up in the first half. They realized that, listen, if we can lead in the first half, let's come back even stronger in the second half. And they're truly controlling this game thus far.
See, that's the tactic that I obviously, I think the Flyer have heard me as well, that they should definitely not play in their own half, kick the ball onto open space. Let the Alberton team make the mistakes, obviously trying to gather the ball and trying to play out of their own half.
Lionel, I should ask you a question. Are you the coach of this Soweto Eagles outfit? Everything you say, they seem to be doing. You're the inside man.
Yeah, definitely. The common coach.
Most certainly, but it's such an important part of making mistakes, but also adapting, especially at this level. We want to see the mistakes being made, and there's nothing wrong with that, but just the improvement in terms of decisions that are being made as well. And we are seeing that in the second half from the Soweto outfit. Of course, they lead this game as well, so they've got all the confidence at this point in time. The Elande, they've got everything to prove.
No, definitely. They would almost say to the Alberton team that, listen here, you guys take the ball and we'll defend until you guys make a mistake, and then we'll regather the ball.
That's exactly what has happened. Eagles with ball in hand, looking to run the ball.
Great running through the midfield there by this Sowetan team.
Elande looking to turn over the ball. Eagles taking their time at ruck time. They're looking to hold on to that ball. The physicality of the Elande posing a massive threat.
Again, discipline costing the Alberton team. Offside being blown. Quick tap there by Soweto. Carrying one of runners. Offloading. Exciting
Soweto.
things.
The one interesting thing that I've just spotted here, Lionel, is the fact that the Soweto Eagles outfit, they know that they kicking off the tee is not that strong. But when they had a penalty opportunity there, that could have been a very, very simple 3 points, you know. And because they know that's the department that they're not too strong in, they then choose to run the ball.
Yes, definitely there, Aaron. Obviously, but they choose to run the ball, but there's no structure. There's no structure there. Obviously, they have one of runners, and you don't want to do that against these big boys because you're going to get tackled back. You're going to get punished in the tackles.
Certainly. Great line-out execution by the Elande. Using their big men, finding the gaps. Elande moving from one point of the field to another. Gaining about 30 meters. What a run.
Awesome carry there through the middle. Unfortunately again there, as you see at breakdown, obviously blown there for holding on the ball. Great run through the middle, but they just couldn't keep the ball at ruck time.
Mistakes being the name of the game for the Elande. They have these great moments, these great bursts of energy, and then unfortunately mistakes just hampering their momentum and not allowing them to take advantage of the opportunities that they've been given. But Soweto are taking all the advantage of these mistakes.
We've seen obviously from both sides the mistakes creeping in obviously at ruck time. You can't play the game without having the ball in hand. Obviously you can't play the game if you don't secure your ball. And obviously that's what hampering at this moment both teams. Both teams make great breaks through the middle, out wide, but there's no continuity because they can't hold on to the ball. At the moment Soweto are on top of this game. They are leading. They won't mind whatever happens now. They just want to keep the ball and just keep running. There's certainly a lot of intent, obviously a lot of intensity and a lot of energy from both sides.
Line-out opportunity not going according to plan here for the Soweto Eagles. They pick up the scraps though. They still got ball in hand, looking to run the ball. Running straight into contact is the Eagles.
The ref taking them back to an earlier knock-on there by Alberton. A game of mistakes, a mistake a second. That's what this game is about now. Game of opportunity, obviously. Whoever bounces first, whoever's quickest to react to an opportunity will score.
And the Soweto Eagles have truly capitalized on the mistakes that have been made by the Elande. When you look at the scoreboard, one could argue that they should at least be on 20 points, so they only have themselves to blame. But the game is not over. There's still lots of time for the Elande to fix their mistakes. Quick feed here by the Eagles. They spread the ball to the right-hand side of the field.
Knock on again there, costly mistake. Elande with the under attack. Straight through the middle there goes the Alberton team.
Alberton number 11 gaining great meters there. Elande spread the ball.
Ball going to hands out wide to the speedster out wide, running down the touchline. Scrappy at ruck time again. Entering from the side, gets blown, the Sowetan team. Great opportunity here for the Alberton team. One could argue this is the first time in the second half that they've been able to get into the Sowetan half.
And they have to make it count. We saw way too many mistakes in the first half. Moments like these, bursts of brilliance that weren't converted into points. They fly half with ball in hand. The assumption is that they'll kick into touch here. Easy touch finder. Then use their rolling maul because they do have bigger men on the park.
Definitely. Definitely like that. As you script it like that, hopefully they'll listen to you now, Aaron. And they choose for the cross kick.
They gather the ball though. They've got ball in hand. Unfortunately, Soweto Eagles pouncing on mistakes that have been made by the Elande.
At the moment, they one would question the mistakes Alberton team is making at the moment.
Elande with ball in hand. They fall back.
He had the players out wide, but didn't play the players out wide. Obviously, pressure at ruck time now for this Alberton team. Throwing the ball through the hands, offloading. Good interplay by forwards and backs there. A wild throw to the inside there. Gathered again from the Elande team.
Try time for the Elande as they secure their second try of the game. They're fighting their way back. Their first try in the second half. For a second there, I thought they were playing basketball.
Definitely a touch basketball type of rugby being played there, but it worked in their favor. Obviously, they gathered and they scored. One would question what they did from the penalty that they got, opting to go for the cross kick. They're very questionable, make the mistake, obviously. The Sowetan team couldn't exit properly, and that's how they pounced on the Sowetan team's mistake again.
Most certainly, we spoke about making the right decisions at the right time. I was very surprised by that cross kick because I thought that was an easy touch finder there, then execute the rolling maul, but they went for something completely different. I suppose when you look at the script of the game, we can script it one way, but in terms of execution, it's something completely different.
Keep the fans guessing, keep the commentators guessing.
Fortunately, the Elande not getting the conversion. It is 46 minutes into this encounter. The Soweto Eagles still lead by 17 points. Alberton Elande, they find themselves on 10 points. The game getting a lot more exciting here in the second half.
We have a game on our hand here, Aaron. We have a big game on our hand here.
Seems like the lads have settled a little bit. They're making better decisions. It's becoming more interesting, and of course, this is the curtain raiser for the first team game that will kick off once this one has ended. And the supporters, they're filling the stands slowly but surely, getting their snacks, getting their braai broodjies, getting their cool drinks. They're ready for that big battle. Great take here by the Elande.
Again there, great run there by the big man there from the Elande, offloading there, again to the number 11. Great carry deep into Sowetan territory.
This man wearing the number 19 jersey for the Elande, muscling his way through the Sowetan team.
Unfortunately, mistakes again creeping in there for both these teams. Knock on there by the Sowetan team, and a great attacking opportunity for this Alberton team.
Scrum time.
As we see, Aaron, obviously this scrum team, they want this Alberton team, pardon me, that's Alberton team, they want to play the game. Obviously they're getting the meters running straight through the middle, but they can't hang on to the ball. They can't keep the ball, obviously, to build the attacking pressure.
Most certainly. Holding on to the ball, building the phases is so important. And both teams have actually struggled in that department. It's just that the Elande have been exposed a lot more than the Eagles.
Definitely, because they've had most possession in this game. Obviously, they're the bigger team. One would think that they would have been up by 20 points this afternoon here, but it's not so. This Sowetan team is here, and they say, listen here, we're not going to stand back for you guys. You can be big. We are going to tackle you. We are going to push you back, and obviously we are going to take our opportunities.
Most certainly. Also, looking at the log table, one would say that Elande would completely dominate this team, but even a team that's currently fourth on the log standings like Soweto is saying, no, the log doesn't matter. What happens on the field, on the day, is the most important thing. And I've been thoroughly impressed by the Soweto outfit, taking their opportunities, playing some great running rugby. Of course, they're not as big as the Elande, but every single time they've had a gap, they've taken it.
Attacking out wide, here's the Elande team. What a step there by the big man. Knock on, no continuity. Offside, the ref. Oh, high tackle. Pardon me, high tackle there from the Sowetan team. Penalty for Alberton team. On the 22, quick tap there by the big man. Running hard, offloading.
Elande pushing their way through. Eagles defense being tested. There it is, try number 3 for the Alberton Elande. Slowly but surely making their way back into this encounter. We spoke about him quite a few times in the second half. The man who dons the number 19 jersey for this Elande team. Seems to me that he wants to dominate
Definitely
the second half.
Number 19 there, Llewellyn Loxton. Great carries as we've seen from him. He's obviously putting his team on the front foot, getting them go forward ball, breaking the line, offloading, and obviously that's what's making the difference at the moment. As we see there, the score is at 17 to 15 with a kick to come from the Alberton team. And it looks like he's kicking to poles as well. It looks like he's doing everything.
He's doing everything, taking charge in this second half. He's one of those players that say, give me the ball, I'll get you the win. That's exactly what he's doing. Looking to add 2 more points here. Unfortunately, that kick not going according to plan. 51 minutes into this encounter, the Soweto Eagles lead by 2 points. They're on 17 points. Alberton Elande, they're on 15 points.
I can tell you now, Aaron, the Sowetan team would want to contain the big man. Obviously, it's costing them at the moment. They're not making their tackles. A lot of missed tackles at the moment, and they can't get into their systems. So somebody has to obviously just put up the hand and say, listen here, I'm going to tackle you. I don't have to tackle him high. Just go low, put him on the ground, and then we can set up a defense line. At the moment, they're not doing that. The defense line is non-existent. They're missing tackles left, right, and center, and that's costing them right now.
Most certainly. Soweto Eagles, they've got ball in hand. Fortunately, Elande struggling to gather that ball. Finally, they do so. Big hits.
The bus is full.
Yo.
The bus is full from number 4. Great play there. Great play, and as we see Llewellyn Loxton again with the ball.
Loxton making this game quite exciting. But we saw the man wearing the number 4 jersey for the Elande. A big hit, most certainly. That will be included in the highlight reel this afternoon.
Definitely this Elande team coming back into the fray, back into the contention of winning this game.
Elande with ball in hand, looking to use their physicality to outmuscle the Soweto Eagles here. Spreading that ball with confidence. Soweto defensive lines being tested. Fly half, not dotting down the ball.
On the try line. On the try line there by the Alberton team, looking to pounce again.
Elande with ball in hand.
Try time, Alberton. Try time, Alberton. You would obviously have thought it's about time that obviously they get into this game. At the moment, you've seen a little bit more continuity on their attacking play. Not a lot of knock-ons. Obviously keeping the ball in hand, running hard, running straight, knowing they're obviously bigger than this the Sowetan team.
Most certainly the 4th try of the game. Alberton Elande. They find themselves on 20 points, 17 points to the Soweto Eagles. Of course, the Elande, they want to add 2 more points to that tally with this conversion. Of course, Llewellyn, he's been a great force when it comes to the running and scoring tries. In terms of the kicking tee, that's an area that he'll be looking to improve this afternoon, as he has an opportunity right here.
That's been the difference for this Alberton team. Llewellyn Loxton, these ball carries, great carries through the middle with his offloads. Big difference for this Alberton team. Obviously, that's the reason why they are leading at the moment. The Sowetan team obviously would want to just come back in the last couple of minutes, say, listen here, we have to tackle. At the moment, they're not making their tackles, and the moment that's costing us. So they can't play off any mistakes of this Alberton team because they're not making their tackles anymore.
100%. But few more minutes left in this encounter. About 15 minutes or so. An opportunity here, maybe, for the Soweto outfit. What can be done, Lionel?
Tackle, Aaron. That's the only thing that can be done at the moment. Tackle and keep your ball in hand.
Last push.
As we see from kickoff there, this Elande team does not want to catch the ball out of the air.
They've made that mistake so many times. High ball here.
I wonder if that's what you want to do against the Sowetan team.
Can see the passion here. Can see the excitement.
All the mistakes being made by the Sowetan team right now.
Frustration as well.
Elande team there having to exit. The big man Loxton looking to exit. Give them an attacking opportunity on halfway. Great
Monster kick.
Great kick by the big man. Great kick. Definitely what they obviously would need in this game right now. Big kick, big opportunity in the Soweto 22, ready to attack.
He's been the game changer for them in the second half.
Definitely, Aaron.
Absolutely
definitely
amazing.
Thank him for that. They needed somebody to put up their hand and say, listen, I'm gonna make the big carries, you know.
That's exactly what he's done. Another line-out opportunity here for the Elande. Taking their time.
Run ball is the core.
16th man from the Elande, choosing to run the ball. turnover here by the Eagles.
Soweto Eagles with the ball. Definitely going to look to run this ball. Looking for the kick. Great vision
kick
there by the number 10. Great kick and great chase there by them as well.
Almost a 50-22 there.
Wonderful chase there. Good pressure there by the Sowetan team. Great opportunity taken there by the Sowetan team. Good vision there by the 10. Proven me wrong.
Soweto Eagles are still in it.
Definitely
3
in
points.
this game. They say the kick is only as good as its chase, and we saw there, obviously, them chasing the ball there, tackling the Alberton team deep in their 22, and now a wonderful opportunity for them to score a try and keep them in this game.
Most certainly. Of course, a few Soweto supporters that are in the stands getting excited at this opportunity. Great execution here of a scrum. Quick feed, spread the ball.
Spread the ball.
That gives you 5 points. You're leading the game, and that changes everything.
I think they have heard what I said earlier as well, Aaron. I say obviously they want to kick in behind this Alberton team and let them make the mistakes at the back. And obviously that's proven it worked well for them in the last couple of times they did it.
Works very, very well. Soweto Eagles, ball in hand. Slow feed here. Scrummy choosing to go to the right-hand side.
You wonder if
being
that was
pushed into touch.
Again, a costly mistake there. Running into touch. You had the opportunity. You had your whole back line out wide.
Sure.
You'll be asking themselves, why did I do that? There was an opportunity to play the game, to play the ball. Opportunity gone.
And especially in those moments, it's so important just for the players to remain calm, to pick up your head, to look left, look right, and just look for the easiest option that could give you a possible try. As we see the Elande gathering the ball, Llewellyn looking for that kick.
Opportunity again. Another opportunity. Unfortunately, Elande aren't able to clear. We see with 1 minute to go into this game.
For a second there, I thought the Soweto Eagles, exactly, choosing to kick. We spoke about it earlier. We mentioned the fact that they aren't necessarily the strongest of the kicking tee. And there it is.
Drop goal there.
They don't need a kicking tee.
They don't need a kicking tee. Still in this game is the Sowetan team. 59 minutes into it. We have 20 points apiece for both these teams.
The Soweto team is full of surprises, hey? When you think they're going to do one thing, they're like, no, we've got our own script to write. Going for almost a drop goal.
Definitely, as you've seen there. Definitely taking the points.
Restart here by the Elande.
Quick kickoff. Good offload there by the Sowetan teams. Unfortunately, they're flirting again with the touchline, and that's costing them again.
Line out opportunity here.
And you don't want to give this Alberton team that the ball there.
Most certainly. It is about 10 minutes left in this encounter. Elande with ball in hand. They've Eagles with ball in hand.
Tactic again is to kick the ball downfield, and it seems to be working for this Sowetan team. As you see, good chase lines there. They just need to make the tackles there, unfortunately.
Elande gaining a few meters through their center, their 13th man.
Scrappy at ruck time, but Alberton with this ball in hand.
Referee a few times finding himself almost in the wrong position.
In the middle of the action. And the ref wants to play with.
But it's so interesting to see the pendulum swing. When the game started, that Elande had all the momentum in that first half. Start of the second half, we saw the Soweto team really taking control of this game. And now in the last 10 minutes, the Elande coming back.
Oh, definitely, Aaron. Like I said, they just need to keep the ball and then they will be okay because they have the bigger guys. They have the guys that can hurt this Sowetan team. At the moment, their mistakes obviously has cost them. They've actually been keeping this Sowetan team still in the game, but take nothing away from the Sowetan team. They've stood up actually and they've actually said, listen here, we are here to play and we can run as we've seen them do so many times.
Most certainly. Eagles trying to gather the ball there.
Line out time, Elande ball. Opportunity there again to play with the big man. The number 19 in the midfield. Put him up on a crash ball and then go again.
He's one of those players at this point in time. He's like, give me the ball, I'll give you the win. There it is.
There running again.
As he gathers the ball.
Ooh, great running there from the big man. Good meters being made by the Alberton team.
Elande spreading the ball.
Unfortunately, another forward pass there, costing them dearly mistakes, forward passes, knock-ons from the sides at ruck time.
Elande being their own worst enemies this afternoon. Those are the moments that you have to convert. You look at the scoreboard, 8 minutes left in this encounter, 20 all, but they should be leading by at least 25 to 30 points.
By at least 25 to 30 points. Little mistakes costing them. As you see, we are at the stalemate again. We have 20 points for Alberton, 20 points for Soweto Eagles. One wonders if they're going to take this straight to the end.
Scrum opportunity here. 6 minutes left in this titanic battle between these two under-19 outfits. Elande Eagles. The person who gets a penalty or a try wins this game.
Definitely, and Soweto feed, and as we see uncontested scrums at the moment, which might work in the favor of the Sowetan team, as we see them kicking the ball downfield, not being able to gather as the number 11 there from Alberton.
Ref calling them back.
In front of the kicker.
Tap and run here by the Elande. They fly half with ball in hand, looking to spread it to the right-hand side of the field. They fall back. 13.
And offloads.
There it is.
Try time, Alberton in the corner. Great try there from the Alberton team, passing the ball through the hands, getting the score there for the number 15.
Try number 5 for the Elande. Finally, we called it. We said the person, or the team rather, to get the try or a penalty right now will possibly win the game. And the Elande did just that.
They did just that, and that's definitely what the doctor ordered. For them is obviously now just keep your composure. Do not make any mistakes on kickoff. Gather the ball on kickoff, and then you can clear your lines. And obviously then you can play downfield. First you have to gather the ball.
Interesting thing about this Elande outfit is that a few people are getting an opportunity to kick. We have now the Scrappy. He's looking to add 2 points to their tally. Llewellyn was substituted. He struggled a little bit, but I suppose their Scrappy can do the job.
Aaron, we might see the prop kicking next. Careful what you wish for.
Well, given that kick, that's something that I won't rule out. But 65 minutes into this encounter, 5 minutes left. Alberton Elande, they lead this game by 5 points. They find themselves on 25 points. The Soweto Eagles, they're on 20 points.
Technical, what? Who's going to be technical? I'm going to see Wambani just giving you a
25-20, game done here. Alberton coming away with the win. Quite a scrappy affair. But the Alberton team obviously pulled it through here. Alberton team pulled it through here at home.
Most certainly an important victory for them. Of course, they find themselves at the top of the log. They've now made it 7 in 7, fighting back hard in that second half, ensuring that they secure the W. Of course, for this Soweto Eagles outfit, one would say that the scoreboard is actually a good reflection of how they were able to use their opportunities. There were moments where they truly struggled in terms of the physicality of the game, but when they had opportunities, they made it count. When their fast men got the ball in hand, they saw a gap, they most certainly touched down for quite a few tries, scoring 4 tries in this encounter, which is most certainly a good tally given the fact that they didn't necessarily have the upper hand. Of course, we are at the Alberton Rugby Stadium. That's how it concludes. The 2 under-19 teams, the Alberton Elande winning this one with a 25-20 point scoreline.